All right, hello everyone. My name is Susan from Lester's Fair Market, and I'm here today to show you guys how to plant a formal container. So before you get going, it's important to make sure that your containers have good drainage on the bottom because of course you don't want the water to stay in your container. So you want to make sure that there's a hole on the bottom, somewhere that the water can escape to, okay? Ideally, you want to have at least 8 inches depth for soil. Happy roots means happy plants. So the more space your roots have to grow and take up nutrients and water, the happier and healthier your plant is going to be. Okay, so as I mentioned today, we're going to do a formal container. So by formal, I mean that it's a set pattern. So no matter what angle you're looking at it, you're still getting that same look and the same color combo. Okay, so today we are going to plant in a 12-inch container, and we are going to be doing a part sun. So that means it's getting about between 4 and 6 hours of sunlight per day. It's a great container option to put on your patio, on your front step, wherever in your backyard. Okay, so I'm just going to angle you guys down a little bit differently. Okay, so here is my container. As you notice, the soil is nice and fluffy. This is a mixture of ProMix. You see the white things in here. That's called perlite. That just helps keep the space and the air into the soil. That means that water can drain through here easily. I've also put some compost in here. Compost just gives you a little bit of an extra boost of nitrogen for your flowers, which is exactly what you need to help them have a happy and healthy long season. Okay, so I'm going to have this container set up so that it can be seen from all sides. And as you notice, I'm going to keep it nice and fluffy. The soil is filled right up to the rim of the container there. And where it can be seen from all sides, I'm going to go from taller out to shorter. So in all containers, you want to have a thriller, filler, spiller. All right. So in my case, I am going to have my nonstop begonias as my thriller because they have really nice big blooms. This is this deep salmon color. And then I'm going to have my filler is going to kind of be my spike, which is going to go into the middle. And where it's only about, I guess 12 inches in diameter, I'm only going to be able to fit 7 flowers in here. The last flower, which is going to be my spiller, is called Bacopa, this lovely little white flower here. Okay, so what I like to do is start from the tallest flowers and work out. So I'm going to dig a hole, make sure that's big enough. To get them out of these pots, you simply just grab them gently, squeeze and pull out this way. Now we don't need to put all of this in for the spike because spikes are pretty hardy. So I'm actually going to knock off some of this and put it into another container for use later. Just kind of shake it off. All right, so you see here I've taken off a fair bit. I'm going to put it in. You'll notice I'm not pressing down like this, okay? Very gently. So you want to make sure that you're digging the hole big enough for the root ball to fit in, and you want to plant it at the same depth, so cover over all of the old soil with this new soil. Next, I am going to plant my nonstop begonias, and I'm going to plant them in a triangle. So to help get that pattern look, I'm going to use a triangle of nonstops followed by a triangle of the Bacopa. So with nonstop begonias, you'll notice that there is a front and a back. So you'll see here the leaves are pointing towards you right now. And then the back, there is not a whole bunch going on. Okay, so we definitely do not want to put this outside or this even because you're just kind of looking at the side of it. You want to make sure that the leaves and the flowers are facing outwards. Okay, now I'm going to dig another hole big enough. You'll notice that what I do sometimes is take a fist of soil and kind of move it aside there. And that's because it's a lot easier to make sure that you have enough soil to begin with and then take it out if needed. So again, I'm going to grab gently at the top, squeeze and pull. Now this one, I'm not going to disturb any of their roots because these guys take a long time to get their roots well established. So, oh, the hole's not big enough. Scoop out a bit more. There we go. Lightly tucking it in. Fixing up the spike because it's a little bit wonky there. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the second one. So second part of my triangle. Here we go. So again, nonstop begonias are great for between, closer to 4 hours of sun a day. They get this beautiful rose-like bloom on them. There's reds, there's yellow, there's a pink. This one is salmon or more of an orange color. There's also a white, and then there's also the mocha line, and that has a dark leaf to it. So some extra soil, I'm just going to toss it aside for later. I will use that later. There we go. Third one coming in there now. And when you're doing this in triangles, you want to make sure that, yes, although all plants, it's really hard to get them completely identical, but you want to get them the same kind of shape and size, just to kind of help them start off on the right foot. So yes, they will learn how to grow together, but you want to make sure that they have the best start. Okay, so as you see here, I have my triangle, Spike is in the center, and there's still a lot of space between the leaves because they still have a lot of growing to do. So next I'm going to pop in my Bacopa. So again, I'm simply just taking out some soil. If I need more, I can add it back in. All right, it's the same thing. I'm kind of squeezing and pulling. The Bacopa, I am going to take off a bit of the root. All right. And by that, I mean just kind of some soil that the roots haven't actually gone into quite yet. And I got that covered back in. Okay, so that's one Bacopa there. Let's go with the second Bacopa. Here we go. As well, when you are picking out flowers, you want to make sure that you be aware of the variety. So Bacopa, for instance, there's probably a dozen of different kinds of varieties. So you want to make sure that if you're putting them all in one pot like this one, that they have the same characteristics. And by that, I mean that sometimes the Bacopa may trail down a bit more, the blooms could be larger, so you don't want to have a pot that's lopsided by any means, and you want to make sure that it will grow evenly for you. So again, give your pot the best start that it possibly can by making sure that everything is equal and that it's all the same varieties. Okay, I'm popping in the last one here now. There we go. Almost done. So these flowers still have a lot of time and a lot of growth left to do. This is just around mid-June. So they have a long season ahead of them, hopefully. So here we go, as you can see. So I have my three triangles, two triangles, sorry, three here and then three here. And again, right now there is a fair bit of space. You can see soil, but that's kind of exactly what you want to see this time of the year, because again, there's just so much room and so much time left for it to grow. If you really crowd them in, you're going to end up having some mold going on in there, and then of course that affects how long your container is going to last. So that is how you can plant a formal container all by yourself at home. Again, this was a 12-inch pot and I planted 7 flowers in here. So it's all around. I did my tallest in the center, and then I have my begonias around, and then inside the other triangle or outside the other triangle, I have my lovely Bacopa there. All right. So that's it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and stay tuned for some more planting tips and tricks. All right. Bye, guys.